Hey guys, so today I want to show you what to do when you can't find an entry or you missed a previous move for whatever reason. How do you, what do you look for before placing a trade? And we're going to identify these things, identify the entry um, by using the TDI hack. If you're not familiar with the TDI hack, you can go back and watch that video. It's on my YouTube page. It's called the TDI hack. So first thing, you wake up. Say for instance, you woke up a few minutes ago, not sure what to look for, what you're looking for, and you don't have a moving average cross. Moving averages are very tight. In this case, you wouldn't do anything. All right. But let's say you woke up here and you woke up here and you saw two opportunities. First opportunity you saw was the TDI hack for a continuation to the downside. And where did that come? Well, for one, two things you want to look at before even considering the TDI hack. You want to look at two things: is the RSI higher than the previous day's RSI? Yes. But the second thing you want to look at is, did price come back to a previous point of interest, and that point of interest would be, in this case, because it is a bear trend or downtrend, that point of interest would be a previous level of support turned into a possible resistance. So this was a high. This RSI was above the previous day's RSI, but it wasn't a valid entry because it had not come back to a previous level of structure. Now this one was, because it came back way above the previous level of structure. So this would have been a continuation for the sell. Now, another side of the TDI hack is using it to get a jump on a trend change. So now on the TDI side, you see how the RSI stay above this yellow line, which we call the baseline. But when the RSI came beneath it and gave us a higher low on price, but a lower low on the TDI side, this was an entry for a buy. So you had this trade here, and then you had another trade. Okay. Now let's look at let me see. Okay, the same thing for gold. Same exact thing. Okay, you want to see if the RSI was higher, because we're in the downtrend, and you want to see if the RSI is higher than the previous day's RSI. That's a check off. Then you want to see if it came back to a previous level of support term resistance, and it did, right? It gave us this. That was 120 pips, and it pushed up a little higher. Gave us another area where it turned into support term resistance. So that was 100 there, another 280 there. So you're looking at somewhere between 380 and 400 pips there. And then also, here's another part of the visualization of TDI. When you have a curved up baseline and the RSI comes back to it, that first move for the most part is a continuation of whatever the RSI of the baseline is doing. So either come to it or break through it. Like for this example, it came to here and it continued down, right? Then it broke through and it continued down. So when you have that, mind you, the curve of the baseline dictates where it's going for the most part. And in this case, it just did that. So you had these two trades, this trade and this trade, and then this trade for a buy back to the upside. So those three trades would put you over the top for today. All right, now let's look at the previous day. And this is why we have to learn how to be patient, because there's always a TDI hack, I believe, in every day. Always. All right? And it may not come always in New York. Don't be boxed into certain times of the day, because depending on the trend, that will determine a lot of times when the move happens. As you can see in these 2 days, actually these 3 days, this day, the 24th, the 25th, the 27th, 24th, 27th, 28th, the move occurred while everybody was asleep. By the time you came to New York, you were getting what was left over. But the main move occurred when everybody was asleep. All right. Here's a great entry. Like say for instance, you missed all of this action here, right? You look at this at the beginning of the trading day, which is we know for those who are in Midwest, we're at Eastern Standard Time. So this is somewhere between this is about 7:15, 7:30 ish. So 7:30 at night, and you have an entry for a continuation of the sale. You have the RSI, which is higher than the previous day's RSI, and you have the price coming back to a place where it broke support, turned into resistance. So that one trade put you over 1,200 pips. Just one trade, right? And then you continue to look for the hack, right? Here's another opportunity. Baseline's going up, price going up. You have baseline going up, price RSI comes back to it. It's an entry for the buy. Even though it's against the trend, it's you have to have movements back to the trend in order for the trend to continue. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes you have them in the same day. For example, here's one in the same day. You have equal high, well, not equal highs. You have a high, then a slightly lower high, but then you have the RSI, then a major higher RSI for the sell. So if you were swing trading this trade, here's another one. This is a good entry, so that's 1,600 pips, right? But if you were swing trading, how would you know whether you should hold it? Two things. You get in here, right? And by the end of the day, you look and see what's going on. You give it some time to play out. But if you have the RSI pull back like this, but the price is coming back to a previous level of support turning into resistance, you continue to hold. So this one trade would have been 2,400 pips on over a 48-hour period. So, yeah. And then, like I said, the design of the moving average, design of the baseline, which is just set online, matters. Okay. Here's another double whammy. You have the RSI up here. Just looking too far to the left, but if you look to the left here, and I'm pretty sure I'll find something else. It's 21st of October. Let's go to the 15-minute. See what we find. 21st of October. What do we have? We have this high, which you wouldn't have saw this on that previous time frame, but this high, the RSI is higher than all the previous day. It's higher than the previous day. It's higher the RSI on the previous day altogether, and you have price coming back to a previous level of support turning to resistance. Right. So you have the break, and this is the retest for the continuation down for 1,300 pips, just like that. And then, yeah, this one is a double whammy all the time. RSI above the baseline, then it comes back beneath the baseline, gives you a higher low, but at the same time gives you a lower low as the baseline heads upward, which means you should be buying this. So if you bought this, that's 1,400 pips. Now, if we go to the 15-minute to the 5-minute time frame and look at that same spot between the 20th and the 21st, you will see even more opportunity, right? Here's one. This is why I said if you don't see a TDI hack on the time frame you are on, it is definitely a TDI hack on the lower time frame. All right, so watch this. Within the same time frame, right, you got prices going down, right? 1, 2, 3 lower highs. Then you got this higher high, which is higher than all these previous highs, but price is lower than all these previous highs. That's an entry for a sale. This one trade, 2,480 pips, and you see these opportunities all day, right? And then, like I said before, how do you know when to hold it? Well, if you looking at RSI getting higher, but price is not shifting, you hold that. So this trade, if you held it to the low the next day, was over 3,000 pips. And that's really the whole thing. I mean, you see, here's another one. Now, mind you, it's the 5 minute chart, right? You got this high, which is, then you got a little bit, you got this high, then you got a little bit of a lower high, but the RSI at the same point is higher than that previous high. It's an entry for us, a continuation. Why does it happen like that? I don't know. I just know that I saw this and I figured it out. I don't know why, but I see that it correlates. And so this is what we look for. We look for, no matter how much you have, and no matter really how, it don't matter what you're trading. If you want to take advantage of volatile markets, trade on the smaller time frames. Trade on the 1 minute, on a 5 minute, especially for gold. Gold has been very volatile, but if you dumb down your time frame trading, you get the same. You end up realizing what. So basically, you end up getting a 15-minute time frame movement or entry or accuracy, but on a 1 minute time frame. So you get more trades out of the day. You see more opportunities. Just using the TDI hack alone, you'll be in a great position. Right? Here's a TDI hack right here, and this is the 15 minute. So you have moving averages are not crossed; they're both heading up. So we're gonna be looking for buys, right? So now this is one that you're not necessarily. The TDI hack is a little bit better than using the break and retest to find an entry, because you get to get in at the extremes of the market. All right, so you got these higher RSIs, but then price comes back and you retest the same price area, equal lows. But on the TDI, you got a major low. That's an entry for a buy. Okay, same thing with this one. We got the price drop, hit this low. If you look to the left of it, and you go to the price that was the lower low, left to that low, and look at where the RSI is, it's still higher than the low that's above it. It's lower than the higher low. So that's an entry for the buy. So yeah, I mean, that's really it, guys. If you're looking to master this, you just need about 2 or 3 trades a day. And TDI hack one right here. You got a high, look to the left, look at that previous high, and see where the RSI is in response to the high you're trying to figure out what to do. So if you're here in time and you're trying to figure out whether you should buy or sell, you look to the left and you see a higher high. You look right beneath that higher high and see a lower high, but where you are is a higher high. That's a continuation for the sell. All right, that's really it. That's the whole thing. All right, so that's all I have for today. Take your time and go through these things. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. But I'll save this, post it to my YouTube page, and then I'll post it to my Facebook page. All right, you guys have a great day.